Hey guys, so this picture is from Chiapas, Mexico, and it is a mural that was created in 792 AD of the Mayas. And this is one of the oldest depictions showing what they look like, and it's still in existence today in Chiapas, Mexico, and it is called the Bonampak mural. So at this time period after the fall of Rome, up until the age of discovery, three main inventions are going to help bring Europeans into dominance. And so the three inventions are they are going to discover gunpowder from China, which the Chinese used gunpowder in the 11th century to fight off the Mongolians. They're going to discover that, and they're going to use it in the 14th century, the Europeans. They are going to also use the printing press. The printing press is going to help spread literacy in the time where the mass majority of people are illiterate, and it's also going to help them spread their message. The last thing is the compass. So they get the compass from the Islamic invaders. Check this.
Possibility that human beings have been in the Americas before they were in Europe, and that becomes
That's crazy.
that's a door that opens all kinds of possibilities which have been neglected. And this opens the possibility that human beings have been in the Americas before they were in Europe, and that becomes
That's crazy.
that's a door that opens all kinds of possibilities.
Now, since that one of them said it, do you believe us? But it's not for me. I don't care if you believe me, because I'm gonna live my life regardless, right? But what I'm saying is, he's saying it. You get what I'm saying? I'm saying get some exposure.
You want to hear something really fascinating?
Sure. Everybody's heard about the Aztecs. Everybody's heard about the Maya. But before the Aztecs and before the Maya, there were a culture.
Now listen to what he's saying. Ooh. Listen to what he's saying. He's telling you. He's telling you. It don't get more. He can't. Come on. That's not what I'm saying. This dude got millions of dollars to do this research, and this is what he's saying, and people will still get mad. He said, before the Mayan, before the Aztec, they had people. Who they was? Black people. That's what he's saying.
Who are referred to Olmecs. We don't know what they called themselves. That's what the Aztecs called them. They called them the Olmecs, and it means the rubber people, because rubber producing area of Mexico. They worked in giant megalithic constructions. They're most famous for huge carved human heads, which can be on a scale of up to 20 to 25 tons in weight, which have been interpreted variously as Polynesian, African, don't look like classic Native American features. One of the things I've realized.
Don't look like what? Now, what you gonna say to that? This is what the Mr. White guy is saying. This is what he's saying. This ain't what I'm saying. So during Don Porfirio's caste war, the Mayans of Yucatec end up being incredibly successful at uniting themselves against their oppressors, and they begin an extermination on both sides. So the whites and the Mestizos are genociding the Mayans, and the Mayans are genociding the whites and Mestizos. But the Mayans, since they had a greater population in Yucatan, the whites from Yucatec end up going to the United States. They end up fleeing from their ports, and they end up asking the United States for help, saying that the Yucatan could be annexed by the United States. And they even offer the Yucatan to Spain to be taken over. And what's going to end up happening is that the Mayans are going to drive the whites and the Mestizos into Merida. My question is, are Black Americans indigenous to the Americas? So Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. So are Black Americans indigenous to the Americas, guys? And I would say yes. Okay? I would say yes. But see, when we show images like this can anger some people. Like, it doesn't get much realer than that. Like, just look at it. I don't even have to, like, I could end the stream right there. How could something from 3,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago to what's going on now coexist seamless? And somebody would try to argue with me. African DNA. Why? Because if we believe the out of Africa theory, everyone is from Africa in a broad sense. If everybody started in Africa, everyone is African by that definition. You see how that works? So we have to confront some of this stuff, guys. And I just wanted to show this because I know a lot of times when people talk this type of talk, they don't go to the actual images, guys. Like, they don't go to the actual images and show you exactly what these people look like. They don't go to these images and actually show you what these people look like. Instead, they what they do is we argue amongst each other, guys.
Possibility that human beings have been in the Americas before they were in Europe, and that becomes
That's crazy.
that's a door that opens all kinds of possibilities.
Now, since that one of them said it, do you believe us? But it's not for me. I don't care if you believe me, because I'm gonna live my life regardless, right? But what I'm saying is, he's saying it. You get what I'm saying?
There's so much that's been lost, particularly in North America, with the massive destruction that took place during the 19th and 18th and early 20th century. It's reckoned that there were 1 million mound sites in North America. If you go back to 1500, there's about 100,000 left, which is a lot, actually.
They tried to destroy everything that we created. So historian John Merriam states that when talking about how the Europeans were fragmented, what he points to is that they had different political and legal systems and customs. Some practiced canon law, some practiced civil law, some practiced Roman law. They spoke hundreds of different languages on this landmass. When they had to go to war, they were each fighting for under different rulers, and so they were completely fragmented. It wasn't a unified they were not a unified people. They were subdivided. It wouldn't be till much later that Christianity would act as a unifying agent to tie all of these different people together and have them fight under a similar cause. People. And I find it so amazing that we're tapping into our identity. Now, like I said, I'm from Louisiana, so this is not news to me. I grew up with Black people that was paid by the government and named Native Americans. So this is not news to me. So no one ever could come to me and say, you guys are just, well, you would have to explain that to the government in Louisiana, Papa. Why they paying these Black people and these people Black and they Native American? You get what I'm saying?
That you're laying your hands on a Native American.
So check this. So this is just, I'm gonna just play this. So this is just images of Native American people next to modern day Black people. Okay? And you can just see, Chris Whistling said, and this is the basis for my discussion tonight, guys, on why racism exists, but also relating to the unspoken rules navigating interracial dating in a divided world. So I am going to play this lecture, then we're going to go into modern times and what's going on in the modern world. So thank you for joining me.
Clue about what is going on. See, we've been thinking, and God bless Dr. Martin Luther King, a minister but a great political scientist. He said it's about love. Everybody should love. And he got
be the last generation with white majority in the US. Gen Z Americans born between 1997 and 2012 will be the last generation with a white majority, a new study has found. Updated US Census data suggests non-Hispanic white people will make up less than half the country's population by around 2045.
Okay, guys. And in closing, I'm going to play this last video, and I want you to really think about what the speaker is saying. It's going to be about a minute clip, but really pay attention to what she's saying and how it relates to this problem. The problem that I've been highlighting over and over again is that white women are choosing to date non-white men. Non-white men.
White men. Like, I just like darker skin. Yeah.
Okay. Like,
Tall, not white. Like, you guys, handsome as what?
man, I'm so glad we have these videos, because in the past, people would probably say that we were lying. People would probably say that we were lying.
I'm going to tell you why the Slavic women, they like the black.
So this is a European woman, and she is going to talk about why European women, now she's from Eastern Europe, why they want or are attracted to black men. And guys, I try to look at this through a historical scope. Slavery, guys. The difference between what happened to us and any other group is that our slavery was racialized. So if you were a person who had a black parent, your child would then be considered a slave. So we couldn't even get out of it because it was racialized. Since with other people, they had indentured servitude, but it was contractual and it was only for a certain number of years. We couldn't get out of slavery because of the color of guys. We can do direct payments. Direct payments are crucial. It's critical. Why? Because while some people may say, well, we don't want to do direct payments, we want to do education, entrepreneurship, college, HBCUs. Well, the problem with that, guys, is that that's power to institutions instead of giving it directly to the people who are affected. Could you agree with that? That's either true or it's false, right? Imagine something horrible happens to your family, and instead of paying you directly, someone says, well, we're going to donate the money to a charity. And the charity is going to give you, the person who is bereaved, financial payments. It wouldn't make sense.